Great evening, great evening.
Good evening,
Good
Gabby
evening.
Told, Orlando, Florida.
Fantastic, Gabby. Thank you for joining us this evening.
Hey, Miss Carla.
Hi, good evening.
Julio Aquino, Tampa, Florida.
Mr. Aquino, thank you for joining us this evening. Friends and family, please state your name, where you're calling in from. Have your
Robert
pad, paper.
Robert
Welcome,
Reed,
Robert.
Detroit, Michigan.
Detroit's in the house. Motown.
Yes, indeed.
Hey, Leroy in St. Louis.
Hey,
Mr. Leroy, thank you. Welcome for coming. Welcome to the line. Thank you so much.
Jose, Miami, Florida.
Awesome, Jose. Thank you for joining. Please have your put yourself on mute with your name, information, and have a pen pad. And once you share your information, kindly put yourself on mute.
Chris, Long Beach, California.
Awesome, Chris. Welcome, Chris. Long Beach, California is in the house. I'm not
Ignacio,
hearing
Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Milwaukee's in the house. I hear West Coast. I hear Northwest. I'm not hearing a lot of the DMV on here tonight. Not a lot of Houston. Where's my Houston folks?
Kay Presley, New York.
New York. Hey, home people. Awesome. Welcome to the call.
Keith Williams out of New York City.
Mr. Williams, welcome to the call.
Thank
It
you.
is 8:01.
Chris McKinstry, Puerto Rico. California.
I heard a whole bunch of folks. Welcome to the call. Welcome to the call. We are just a few moments away from our guest speaker for the evening. I'm so excited to have the
Hello,
opportunity
Tim Neal from Puerto Rico. Tim and Erica Neal.
Puerto Rico's in the house. Welcome to the call.
Thank you.
This is John Dunham from the Dirty South, Alabama.
Alabama's in the house. Welcome to the call. So it looks like we are almost out. We are almost ready. Mr. Bean will be ready in a few moments. I'll be so happy and grateful for the message he's sharing. Please remember to invite your friends, family, guests that you're expecting to be on a call this evening. If you're here and you don't have a guest, you need to call. And when you have a guest, the call needs you. So please join us this evening.
All right. I appreciate you. Thank you very much, Carla. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Mr. Bean. Thank you so much, sir.
Tell me something good, Carla. Tell me something good.
Mr. Bean, we are so excited that you're going to grace the East Coast with your presence in a
I'm
couple of
excited
weeks.
too. That's what I'm talking. Now that's something good right there. That's what I'm talking about. And so, yeah, I just got back from Denver, and guys, I'm excited about it because the company is on the move. We're rocking and rolling. Got a big event here in Houston this weekend, and I have a big event, and like she said, Baltimore, Maryland, the weekend after that. And tonight we're going to share with you guys what we're going to be introducing to people in those markets, and so and soon all around the world. I'm excited about the international expansion. But like Carla said, guys, thank each and every last one of you guys for taking the time out of your evening for yourselves, for your family, to get a chance to see exactly what we have here offered with you guys today. Get yourself something to write with, something to write on, and take some copious notes because we want to make sure that when you get back to the person who invited you here, we want to make sure you can have an educated conversation with them. Okay. And like she said, I'm the VP of sales for the BYLD Network. And, when I look at this company, I'm excited about what we have to offer because this company is a company that brought me out of retirement. And I want to share with you guys why. For me, I've been what we call a serial entrepreneur for years. Made seven figures in three different industries, and that's not to brag or to boast anything like that, or to even impress you, but to impress upon you that when I see opportunities, I know exactly what I'm looking at, right? And when I look at this opportunity, this opportunity was one that, I came on board because of how many people we can impact the lives of. I personally have a goal, and I've had this goal for many, many years to help 10,000 people or 10,000 families create a residual reoccurring income of $5,000 a month. And I knew that once I had that foundation, that those people would go out there and spread a message all around the world, and we would now create a situation where people around the world would basically make enough money where they'd never have to worry about money again as long as they live. And I never had a chance to get that done because I was never in a company, or part of a program that would allow me to do so. And so with this company here, when they introduced me to it, it was a ground floor situation. Again, everything said, go ahead and do it. And so um, when I look at the company and the type of company that it is, that was one of the more important things for me as well. This company is a company that a person can literally come in and be a part of on a part-time basis, make a straight, solid six-figure income annually without recruiting, without it being network marketing, and just continue to do what they do on a daily basis, continue to operate the companies that they operate on a regular basis as well. This is another company that also a person who was just trying to get by, just needed a couple extra $100 or a couple extra $1,000 a month. They can come in and do the same exact thing, and also while doing so, um, release gigs like Uber or Airbnb or DoorDash, things that are taking them away from their families, when they can do something like this in their household. Okay, and so that was important. And lastly, guys, when I know business owners and entrepreneurs, people who are out there looking for big ticket items, and big ticket industries, I knew they would fall in love with this. I knew this is something that they could wrap their mind around and get it right away, and like I did. And so when I look at this company, it's a high ticket brokerage, guys, that allows you to do business, in multiple industries, multiple spaces, multiple verticals around the world, and we're continuing to add those verticals as we continue to develop our process and our platform. Okay? So when you look at the question that everybody should be asking themselves, okay, why be a business owner? Why build a company? Why be an entrepreneur, right? And it's because, as you see here, no one's coming to save you. And quite frankly, guys, no one should have to, right? We're all individuals. We're all independent presidents of our own household. We all have an economy under our roof that we're responsible for, right? And so when you put that responsibility in the hands of other people, guys, you become vulnerable. And when you look at vulnerability, guys, you have a lot of people who are out there facing things such as you see on the screen here, right? Debt crisis, layoffs, inflation, and here in the U.S., guys, right now we're facing a freeze, and this is probably the coldest freeze we've ever had in the United States of America. And I'm not talking about the weather, right? I'm talking about the government, guys. We have a freeze on government jobs. We have a freeze on, a lot of financial institutions and financial programs. We have freezes on things like, free lunch at school for kids who are poor and don't have things at home to eat already, and they go to school to eat, unfortunately, right? And so if you're an entrepreneur, you own your own company, guys, you can take care of your family, you can take care of all of their needs, and you won't have to worry about if your kid is going to have to go to school and be distracted because their stomach is growling, right? And you as an individual, whether you be a person as an employee or individual who has a company, you don't have to worry about, things like AI, coming in and taking over, basically doing a better job than you do in your company with technology. You don't have to worry about people in third world countries, with labor that work for $4 and $5 an hour coming in and replacing what you do as well. And so what I'm saying is you should be an entrepreneur. You should open up your own company and you should be a business owner because you want to make sure you get a chance to own a peace of mind. You want to be able to lay your head on the pillow every night, saying, you know what, I have control over everything that's going on to me, under my roof economically, and I have nothing to worry about. Okay, it's not about how much money you get to make, how rich you can be. It's just about you being able to, put your people in a protective status. Okay, and so that's why I'm here. Okay, and so the more and more people we help, obviously, the more and more we benefit. when you look at companies that have actually mastered the art of helping people and making a flat out fortune, doing so, Uber, Etsy, Airbnb, Shopify, DoorDash, Amazon, all these companies out there are multi-billion dollar corporations because they earn a little bit off of everything millions of people out there are earning. Okay. That's an amazing business model. Okay. But that's also a band-aid. That's a temporary fix, right? It's a stopgap situation for people who are trying to figure out what's next, right? And so when you look at our company, guys, like I said, go back to what I said earlier. A person can make a six-figure income on an annual basis from a part-time basis, guys, while they still have their career or while they're still running their businesses or their the things that they do, like maybe a real estate broker or insurance broker, is just basically leveraging an additional stream of income. Okay. So the thing about businesses, though, you have a lot of people who have something to offer, and a lot of people in the United States of America have been opportunity to death, right? Everybody's got an idea, an opportunity to offer you. So when you're looking for opportunity, the things that you have to make sure that you identify are these three categories. You got to make sure these boxes are checked. So the industries with big target market and low market penetration, you have to have a check, right? You don't want something that's been done, something that's been saturated already. Essential goods and services like gas, electricity, water, things that create what we call residual income. Cell phones, cigarettes, alcohol habits, anything like that, coffee, all those things are residual income based, all those things. And then you have those things that are needs, industries that will thrive in good and bad economies, guys. And in every last one of those things I just mentioned, right? Again, all those industries and some, you can find here as well. So those boxes here, guys, are checked. And when you follow me through this conversation that we're going to have, make sure that you see that those boxes are checked. Okay. Now, when you look at just the industries that we participate in for starters, obviously you see solar right there. Okay, Encore Solar, and is our solar company. We partner with Freedom Forever, and the reason we did so, guys, is because when you're looking at people who are needing to make a little bit of extra money, okay, with us, our extra money, when it comes to solar, is anywhere between $6,000 to $10,000 a deal. That's the commission on transactions on average. Okay. And so now you can see where a person, when I said you can make a six-figure income, one deal a month on a part-time basis, guys, can potentially put you between 75 grand to 150 grand a year. Right. And so that's huge. And I'm gonna go more into solar to where you understand why it's so big and how huge the opportunity is right now, but also how perfect the timing is. Okay. When you look at, alkaline, hydration water system that we have from Rain H2O, the company that we launched back in September, as the parent company, the company that actually manufactures our machines. This company is the company that actually brought alkaline water to North America. Okay. And you say, why alkaline water? Well, health is wealth. Okay? And when you look at alkaline water, guys, it helps the body cleanse itself. It helps the body go out there and stay at a pH, let's say a pH level that it's required to be at. And when you look at how big of a market is and how big the money is that's infiltrated water, in 2022, guys, you had in North America $7.85 billion worth of sales generated in alkaline and water filtration. 2023, it was 8.45 billion. Okay. And so there's a lot of money being made in filtered water. But our machines, guys, or when you look at our competition out there, our biggest competition, their machines are twice as much as ours. And they pay their people anywhere from $200 to $300 a transaction. Ours is half the price of theirs, less expensive, and we're paying our people anywhere from $1,000 to $2,100 per deal. Okay. Now, when you look at security, it always has been, always will be, and here in the U.S., guys, based on this freeze that we're having, I'm gonna tell you, it's going to be more uh, relevant than ever right now. And so, security is a really big deal. And right now, with ADT and Brinks, who've been around forever, uh, we pay anywhere from $500 to $700 in a transaction when a person makes a sale. Right, and we have people making two, three sales a week with this. We have people like Chris, Chris McHenry out of California, who has a deal set up right now where he'll do between 120 to 140 sales just in one transaction. Okay, so there's money to be made in security, but what we're offering right now is a unique service that's coming soon. When I say coming as soon as February, okay? And it's called the Ripple security system. That Ripple security system is a military grade portable security device where when you put it in a home without wiring, it doesn't need to be hardwired. Guys, when the when it's armed, if a window in the house open or a door in the house opens from the outside, the external door is open, the pressure in the room changes or in the house changes. The alarm goes off and they flee because they don't know how to trip it, they don't know how to stop it, and they just get out of there. And that's the type of insurance system you want. It's better than a guard dog, okay? And so uh, it's one of those things where when I say portable, I want to make sure you understand what I'm saying. Also, you can take this device on a girl's trip to Miami, right? To your Airbnb. You can take this device to a college campus. And for those of you who have, young women going to college, you see the statistics, on sexual abuse and things like that in colleges, right? So if that dorm door opens, right, you get a chance that alarm goes off and they flee. Same thing for my wife or your wife that may work late and she's at the office and the door is locked, but you have someone who might want to break in that situation and open that door, that alarm goes off. As security is very, very big, and you want the best of the best. Okay. The other thing is this: with security, no other companies ever paid you a residual income on the monitoring. We will. And speaking of residual income, we have our Smart Money Club. Okay, our Smart Money Club, guys. It's something I'm gonna talk about in depth when I get to talking about the business brokerages. So make sure you hang around for that part. But it's gonna talk about ways for you not just to make money, but to make sure it's sustainable, make sure it's scalable, make sure that you are in a position where you can use it to diversify, retire, and do everything else you want to do off of it. Okay. But let's jump into solar real quick here. Solar is one of those things where it's new, it's hot, and the market is wide open and it's booming. Right. And so when you look at the numbers are staggering, guys. The numbers are amazing in our favor because if you see the numbers there in front of you, 90 million homes are eligible for solar, but 85 million homes are without solar at this moment, right? There's very, very few people who actually have solar. So the opportunity is vast. It's just a lot of homes out there who need what we have. But the thing that's helping you right now when it comes to solar is the fact that you have people who are in the state of California, for example, they already seen the change happen a while ago. And since 2020, they have a law in California where you can't even build a new home unless it has solar on it already. And so by 2035, you won't be able to buy a car, at 2035 and beyond in the state of California that operates on gas. It will have to be solar powered. Okay? And so at some point in time, all of the other states are going to adopt, even states like Texas, who we're oil states, right? We might not want to participate right now, but at some point in time, we will have to. And I say may not want to, as I say that Texas is one of the biggest and fastest growing states for solar. So again, this is happening. Now, the other thing about the solar industry that you want to know is who's endorsing solar. Okay, people like let's say the president, right? He brought on his guy Elon Musk. Elon Musk is world renowned for solar, right? And obviously he's going to push his agenda when it comes to solar. When you look at all the other things like the people now who are out there looking for solar individually. Hey, one of my business partners and associates, Hans homie, sent us a text message saying, "Hey, look, last week 497,000 people did a search for." Solar panel installations. They're looking for solar installers. So we have people who are looking for what we're having to sell actively. Okay, and so think about that: having a product that you actually sell that people are looking for at that clip, and that the government is pushing, enforcing, and encouraging. Okay, so when you look at the benefits, and remember these benefits, guys, you can write them down or just remember how simple they are to remember because this page is going to be that page that's going to help you make that $6,000 to $10,000. Okay, so why would consumers consider solar? They would consider solar because of the savings first and foremost. You're looking at a person who can now save up to 50% on their energy costs. Now we're seeing as much as as little as 30 to 40%, but that's huge savings. 0% down with various financing options as low as 3.9%. Okay, and then you have things like blackout protection for states like Texas. When we have storms out here, hurricanes and things like that, guys, we lose power. And when you lose power in certain situations, you lose lives. I talked about the big freeze that we're currently having right now based on the government, but we had a big freeze a couple of years ago where 44 people here in Texas lost their lives because they didn't have access to electricity, which prevented them from heating their homes and prevented them from using their life saving devices. And so that's a real big deal. I have a home that I do have our solar system on. And so I believe in our product and I am a product of our product. I want to make sure that our lights never ever go off again. Okay. Now, tax credits. This is when I say that the government really wants you to participate. Guys, they brought the tax credits back. They went away 3 years ago. Okay. But they brought them back for an additional 10 years, 2 years ago. So 30% tax credit. Get with your CPA and they'll tell you exactly how to qualify. But imagine buying a system, right? And you're getting that 30% tax credit that you can use to offset taxes that you were about to pay the government. Right? Immediate increase in home value. So when you look at a person's home, it's considered an investment, right? And how would you like the investment that you just invested in to go up another 4 to 7% automatically when you install your solar device on top of your home? Okay. Huge. Also puts you, when I say at the top of the food chain, when it comes to buyers, they're looking at homes that they want to purchase. They now get a chance to purchase a home where their insurance bill is enclosed in the mortgage. So they only have one payment, guys. And they can take the money they were going to pay on the light bill to begin with and just pay their mortgage down a lot faster. So instead of having a 30-year mortgage, they're looking at a 10-year mortgage. Okay. There's a lot of ways you can look at this. And then clean energy, guys. We want to make sure that the place that we live in stays clean and it's here and not eroding. So these are benefits, and there are a lot more benefits that are out there that you get a chance to share with the homeowners that are out there. And so a couple other numbers, because again, men and women, a lot of guys, numbers don't. Um, Facts are always there to be proven. And in 2022, well, someone went solar every 44 seconds. 2023, someone went solar every 38 seconds. Okay. In 2024, it was a lot bigger. I can't wait till those numbers come out. Now, when I look at the main reason why people will pick us as a solar company to actually do business with is because of Freedom Forever. And when you go back and do all of the research on all of the complaints that happen in the solar industry, you'll see that the installer was the number one challenge, and it's normally a third party installer, right? Or someone again who's brand new who doesn't have the experience. Well, Freedom Forever is a in-house partner, guys. These people have been around since 2011, and they've done over 160,000 installs. And guess what? All of these guarantees you see here, you wouldn't see anywhere else. Every other company out there, what they would probably guarantee would be the materials, like the solar panels and wiring. Okay. For us, we want to make sure you get the guaranteed power, the return savings, and then guaranteed production. We want to make sure that you don't lose a dime. We want to make sure that anything happens, they're going to go out there and fix it, because if they don't, guys, guess what? That comes out of their pocket. And they're in the business of making money, not losing money. Okay. But the other thing about Free Mature Life is that as they're in 38 states around the United States of America right now. That's huge. They're not just the biggest, but they're the best, right? And that it's growing. We'll be in 44 states within the next 3 to 6 months. And when you look at the roofs here, this question is, what do you see here? Okay, a good friend of mine, who's actually a solar mentor here, Idris Salaka, likes to say, when I see a roof, I see a roof that needs solar. I see a roof that has a need for alkaline water up under it. I see a roof that needs the solar that we provide, the security that we provide in it as well, and someone that lives there that needs a little bit of a financial education. So it's like one-stop shopping, but we have an ecosystem that can take care of most of the needs that those homeowners actually have. Okay, and so testimonials are very, very important. And here are a couple for you guys. And we had a one of our Century 21 agents, out of California, went back to their database and called some of their clients, their past clients who bought homes from them, and found one that, as you can see here, we're paying $287 a month on average when it came to solar. They got on board with us. They sat down and did a cost savings analysis, and it shows that we can get their bill down to $148 in, locked in, one day to go away. And guys, that's huge. Never to increase, right? And so that was the first win of the situation. The second win of the situation was when they actually got paid. So the Century 21 agent and the person who did the presentation for them, they split this commission of $6,400. That's $3,200 for the Century 21 agent for letting that customer know about the benefits I just shared with you on one slide, right? Then they turn that person over to the mentee, on mentor rather. They did the presentation for the Century 21 agent and they made $3,200. So again, a win-win situation, guys. So you're in business, again, for yourself, but you're not alone. The support is here and everybody wins together. So here's another one out of Florida. We have EXP Realtor did the same exact thing as the 20th Century 21 agent, called their database of clients, and one of their clients who was paying $410 a month on average came on board, and we did a cost savings analysis for them, and they saw that they can get it locked in, never to increase, one day to go away, at $290 a month. Okay, and so guys, again, immediate savings, never to increase, one day to go away. You can't really beat it. And it's no different than the mortgage that you have on your house. It's not going to go up like your rent, right? And one day that mortgage will be paid off if you didn't pay for the home in cash. So, you see, this makes sense. As a matter of fact, so much so that a solar presentation is not a presentation, it's an IQ test, as you see there in the quote. Now, again, the commission on this, $8,200, that was split between the EXP agent and the person that did the presentation for the homeowner on their behalf. Now, energy costs over time, guys, inflation is going to be a thing. And when it comes to energy, hyperinflation, is a reality. Every time a storm happens, they need to do work on that grid. Guess what? It's going to be, an unnatural increase, which means that now they got to make repairs. Now there's a cost to it. And guess what? You actually have to foot the bill on the cost. They don't pay for anything. Okay? They just make sure that you do. Now, keep this in mind. As you can see, this is continuing to go up just like it was 5 years ago. It was cheaper, right? 5 years later, today, it's a lot more expensive. 5 years from now, it's going to be even more expensive. Let me share with you what's going to drive the price of your electricity bill up through the roof even faster. As every time someone goes solar, right? That's one less person that they get a chance to charge. That's one less person that you get a chance to share the cost of them working on the grid with, which means that your bill goes up. Okay, because the other person made a wise decision to get out of the game. Okay. They went away from loanership and went toward ownership. Okay. And so when you look at solar, for those of you who say, you know what, I'm a traditionalist, I don't have a problem paying, the utility companies, every month for the utility bills, guys, they don't have a problem taking your money. And guess what? You already gone solar anyway. You just don't have the solar panels on your home. The solar panels that you're paying for, if you look at your bill under miscellaneous, you'll see clean energy projects and stuff like that. That money is going to the energy company for their solar fields. Those are the panels that you're paying for. As I did the research here in Texas, do the research in your state. Okay. We have six major cities here: Houston, Dallas, San Antonio, Austin, Arlington, El Paso, and some more that have major utility companies that have solar panels and solar fields, rather, that are being paid and funded by our dollars. I'm not paying for their solar panels anymore. I'm paying for my own. Okay? I suggest you do the same, because one day, if you think about it, go back to your mortgage. If you own a home, you wouldn't dare rent your home for 30 years and 40 years and 50 years, never ever owning it. Okay. Some of you have already been paying for electricity for 30 years, 40 years, and 50 years, and you're nowhere close to owning it because you don't have any solar panels. Now, when you treat this like your home, guys, what ends up happening is you get your solar panels. Now, at that time, you go from that big bill to that smaller bill, and the only thing you have to pay the electric company or utility company is a connection fee. And that's it. And that may range anywhere from $4 to $11 a month. Okay. So being connected to the grid, that's it. Otherwise, now you own the energy company that sits on your roof. So when we talk about energy, right, and what the future of energy, tells us, you know, all you gotta do is look at Warren Buffett and his belief in this industry. As he believes so much in this industry, not just through his quote, but the fact that he put $10 billion in clean energy and solar lets me know that he really does see what's about to happen, and he is not going to miss out, and he's not going to miss out in a big way. Okay, I have this philosophy. I don't take advice from people I would not trade places with. Okay, let's see here. When you look at the commission structure, because we talked about the industries that we're in, and now I want to talk about the financial benefits that come with this industry. We get paid 7 different ways, okay? And when I say that, the company is very, very generous, I'm going to show you the generosity, but I'm going to show you the simplicity in what we do. We wanted to make sure that this was something that anybody and everybody could participate in the manner in which they like to do business, or the way they like to go about sales. Okay, so you can have a legitimate career opportunity here where you can work full or part time. Okay, put yourself in a position where you understand that you're going to get 50% of the commission to 100% of the commission. Okay. And you can actually build a solar brokerage, which means that you can build a sales force, when it comes to selling anything that we actually offer. So when it comes to sales of solar, though, right, 70% commission, 70% of the commission rather, is what the company pays, which means the other 30% that's left is split by the company and the people who have the sales forces. Okay. So in this example, you have a $10,000 commission. $7,000, guys, is what's going to be paid to you, or to you and the person that helps you. The other $3,000 that's left is going to be paid to the company, 1,500, and 1,500 is going to go to the sales force. Okay. So we'll keep that in mind as we continue to go through these other slides, because I just wanted to use this as a round number. But to get the $3,500, if it's just you bringing deals to the table, it's as simple as 1, 2, 3, guys. One, all you have to do is pick a person's interest. Okay. When you pick a person's interest, you're going to talk to them about, solar. When I say talk to them, you're going to go and give them the benefits that I discussed with you earlier. The second thing you want to do is you're going to get that actual bill. Okay. You get their utility bill. And then number three, you're going to get that utility bill to one of our mentors. That mentor is going to you're going to set an appointment with the mentor and your client, right? And you can sit in on that presentation or not. Okay. But when they sit down with that mentor is going to do a presentation for them on solar as it pertains to them, their home, and their life. Okay. He's going to go over a AI generated photo on what the what the solar panels look like on a person's home. Okay. It's going to show them also, the savings that's on there. It's going to show them, the financing that's available. And that person is going to come to that buying decision. And when they come to that buying decision, what's going to happen is they're going to get, their solar system turned on, and you and that mentor, the person who did the presentation on your behalf, will split that commission. Okay. So in this example, they get $3,500 and you get $3,500 for doing three things. Okay. The question is, how many times can you do those three things? How many times can you pique someone's interest? Okay. Give them those benefits, and then don't give them any other information. Set the appointment with the mentor and get out of the way. That's the question. How many times can you do that? How many times are you willing to do that? Okay. Now, when you do this 3 times, now at that point in time, guys, you are now capable to go out there and do your own deals without a mentor. You can now bring people to the table whether you're out there door knocking or whether you're out there lead generating or whether you're out there on social media or making phone calls and bringing customers to the table, those deals that you bring to the table, guys, you do not need a mentor for. Even though we have mentors here who still may lend you a hand. Okay. Now, if you want to be a mentor and you want to represent the other people who are bringing deals to the table, you have to do 5 more deals of your own. Okay. Once you do those 5 deals, you take a company certification, watch a couple of videos, answer a couple of questions, and at that time, the company says, okay, this person, after a little interview, is now qualified to represent the people who are bringing deals to the table, and they put your name in lights, right? They put your name in a drop down box. People click on it, see what state you're from, and now they can use you as a resource. Now, you have people who are coming on board here, and you know what? They may want to be a broker as well. Let's just say you have, 3 people, I'm sorry, 4 people per month who want to be, a mentor. Okay. Now, all of them need their first 3 deals done by a mentor. So that's 12 deals a month. Okay. That's $3,500 a deal on average per hour example. It's $42,000 in commissions per month. It's $500,000 a year. That's 10 times the amount of money people make on their full-time jobs. Okay. So when you look at, Zig Ziglar, and this is one of, people I had a great deal of respect for, rest in heaven, Zig. His quote says, "You will get all you want in life if you help enough people get what they want." And so for me, I took on that same mantra, guys. I said, hey, as long as you put everybody else's family first, your family will never, ever come in last. You'll never be left wanting. Okay? And so this is how we take care of people and their families. Okay. We allow people to build a sales force. We allow people to build a brokerage where they have agents can come in here and they can sell everything from solar, water, security. Guess what? We have travel coming, a couple other things that are coming as well that we're going to be adding here to the fold. But nonetheless, guys, you get a chance to override everything they do. Now, when you look at these, our brokerage is no different than a real estate broker where you have a real estate broker in-house. Okay. You have a mortgage broker in-house. You have a insurance, broker in-house, an insurance firm. Guys, it's just the same thing. Only difference is we don't have all the licensing requirements and things like that. We don't have the government in our pockets saying, hey, if you want to be an agent for this company, you have to pay us. Okay. The access to our company and the ability to get to, to commissions, large commissions right away is one of the sexiest things about our company, which is why so many people are coming on board to help us sell what we offer. Okay. But let's say I see Erica on here, and let's say Erica enrolled me in this system here. Erica's going to get 20% on every deal that I actually do. So let's say I do a deal using the first example of $10,000. Remember, that was $3,000 left over. So Erica would get 20% of the $3,000, which is 600 bucks. Say I did 5 deals. If I did 5 deals, she would get 600 times 5. In this example, that's $3,000. Where was Erica when I did those deals? Nowhere in sight. But me, the mentor, we did the deal, we got paid. Erica got paid as well because she's the founder of the piece, because she's the broker that brought me on as an agent. Okay. And so the company, guys, as you see, once you actually do 10 deals in a 60-day window of time, they promote you to manager. And then they also increase the amount of return that you get on each sale that happens in your organization, not just on the first level now, but also down to infinity on their team overrides. So this goes all the way up to national director at 45% on your directs, 25% on your team's overrides down in depth, right? And this is also this in executive is where you now start to share in the company-wide pool. So this is like profit sharing. So what they do is they take, every sale that we have in commission and they multiply it by 2% and 5%, right? As you can see that respectively. And then they take the number of people who are in those pools who qualify for those pools. They divide that money up evenly and they pay them out those shares. So again, guys, there's nothing like ownership here. So when you look at the visuals on this, when it comes to being a manager and you have 10 deals done in your group, let's say 4 of those people are people who you brought on as agents, and Those other six are people who they brought on as agents and down in depth. Yeah, that's $6,300 in average using the example I gave you earlier. Okay, if you do one, both sides of the deal, like I talked about earlier, you brought it to the table. That's 7 grand. That's 13 grand total. You do that every month, guys. As a team, that's 150 grand a year. Everybody does two. You still do one. That's 20 grand a month, right? That's $250,000 a year. Okay. And when you look at, again, how business is being done today versus business being done yesterday, this is one of the reasons why people are scared. Like these are traditional companies that are scared of technology and scared of AI, is because now, business for us, it puts us in a position to do business on their level without their outlay. A traditional company, guys, when I'm talking about the brick and mortar, brick and mortar business, right? They're way more costly and they have way more liability than the click and order businesses that I open. Okay, here you see all the things that solar companies, have to have in place in order for them to be successful, and you're looking at anywhere from 150 to $250,000 to open up a company, 15 to $50,000 a month to run it and scale it. Guys, I only invested $200 in my business, in my brokerage, right? And I have access to everything they have, as well as other industries and verticals in the home solutions arena. So when you talk about getting started, like I said, guys, you have two options here. The consultant, which is a career person who just wants to sell. They just say, you know what, I just want to sell as much solar as I want to sell. I want to sell as much water as I'd like to sell when I want to sell it. I want to sell as many Ripple devices or ADT devices as I want to sell. Guys, you can sell whatever you want that we offer. Okay, $149, no testing, no licensing. You're in business now with the ability to go out there and make things happen. $49 a month keeps you current. $49 a month gives you access to the back office, training, supports, and all of that, all the systems, everything that we offer. Okay. But for $50 more, okay, and this is a joke, $199, to get started as a business broker. This is where you now can build a big sales force and now get residual income. Everything that we do for you, over as a consultant, we do for you as a business broker, right? On our builder pack. The other things that we give, because when that business broker has a membership attached to it. And guys, as they say, membership has its privileges, right? Okay. So you see all those things there. You see the financial mastery for personal and business mastery. Guys, we're going to show you already how to make money. We're going to support you in that endeavor. We're going to be there right there in the trenches with you and help develop and train your sales force. And while you're doing that, you're going to make money. The one thing that we want you to do is to be able to sustain it. We don't want you to blow it. We want you to grow it. We want you to diversify. We want you to go out there and put your money in places, not that we suggest, but places that you'll actually suggest on your own because you'll be educated. All these things that we have here, guys, we offer you, and you can learn while you earn. Okay, we have things that are not even on here that you'll have access to. And I wish I could just tell you guys all the things that we have that we're going to be adding to here outside of the things that you see here. Okay, but you won't be one of those people who say, I used to have money. I used to be rich. I used to have those things. Okay. You'll be one of those individuals who say, you know what, I'm glad that, I learned everything they taught me and I had access to all that information while I was making my money because now my money is protected. Okay. So there's some lifestyle that comes along with this as well. So when you talk about, the membership, the rewards membership, this is huge because, you get a chance to save on everything you do that you can see right here. Anybody here like to eat? I mean, you go out to eat every once in a while, whether it be fast food or steak houses, guys, we have them all, 50,000 restaurants. Okay. When it comes to our retailers, we're not talking about just, fancy threads where you can go on a shopping spree. We're talking about activities as well, because a lot of you guys have children and you want to take your children to bouncy houses, movie theaters, arenas and parks and games and stuff like that, guys. All of that is there. Okay, when you look at the 850,000 travel providers, that's another thing, guys. Again, I travel a lot. I love to travel, right? And you have 850,000 locations where you get discounts, when you go to those places. Guys, savings is the new earnings. And you might want to write that down. Savings is the new earnings. Right? If you were going to pay full price for something, that means that whatever you were going to pay was about to be income for someone. Okay? Whatever money you save stays in house becomes income for you. Okay? Rich people don't pay full price for anything. They still get the value that they're going to get at full price. They just find it for a cheaper rate. Okay? And they keep that money in house. But needs to say, those memberships, guys, that membership helps out a lot, because everyone who comes on board with you guys, they'll have that membership. Okay? And as you can see here, you know, from Builder 500 to Executive 250, those are just cash out levels, right? Those are just subscription levels. And I love this part of the compensation plan, because this is where that residual recurring income comes in that I talked about, right? And so when you look at, you know, the companies that are out there, the big mega corporations that are out there right now, all of them have found a way to get you on a subscription, right? All of them. There's it's kind of like back in 2003, when Warren Buffett, I'm sorry, Bill Gates said, if you're not on the internet by 2003, you probably will be out of business. Well, I'm gonna just tell you right now, when it comes to subscription-based businesses, guys, it's going to be hard for you to compete and be in business. I would say it's 2025. I would say in 2035, guys, it's going to be hard for you to be able to compete with subscription-based companies, or you will not have a company that does not offer a subscription of some sort. Okay, and so look at, I would say, COVID. COVID had some things right now. I want to talk about subscriptions because I want to give you guys some examples. Right, I want to make sure you can hear what I'm talking about. Okay, so when COVID hit, you couldn't go anywhere. You're locked in the house. Um, Companies like HBO did well. They have 100 million subscriptions. Okay, you have companies like Zoom who blew up. Companies like Fortnite that blew up. Companies like what was it? Spotify, 239 million subscriptions. Netflix, 260 million subscriptions. But that was one company that I fell in love with just from their business model. It's called Amazon. Yeah, Amazon. Jeff Bezos is a genius. He has a platform where he sells everything, and he has products that come, he has products that go. But there's so many products it's ridiculous. But he makes an override on every one of those products. Okay, guys, when you have a sales force, every product that's sold in our company from your sales force, you're going to get an override on every one of those products and things that are sold. But his 200 million subscriptions is where he gets his security from, right? And so that's going to come like clockwork every year, right? So the goal is to build a subscription-based income just like Jeff Bezos did. And that's what we're going to help you do here as well. Okay. And so, because our goal is to make sure that you make money not just on what you sell and not just on what you override, but we want you to have some revenue coming in on a like clockwork. So one, you can buy your way out of debt, and two, you can buy your way into investments, and three, you can take the rest of your life off. Okay. And so, as far as how that works, again, we'll talk about that in another day. But the question is, do you want to miss this, or do you want to be a part of it? That's the question. Okay. And so what you want to do right here is this: get back with the person that invited you out here and let them know, one, you really truly appreciate, everything that they did for you by giving you the opportunity to get this. Say yes or say no. Okay, one, we know that you saw this conversation today, and two, you've been educated enough to where you can make a solid decision, and that's all we ever wanted. Okay, and so again, for those of you who do see, what we have our hands on, you see that again, what we have to offer the masses. We don't have to sell. People are going to come and buy as long as they know that we have it. You want to go ahead and get yourself positioned, get your brokerage started, and go ahead and get this thing rolling for $199 a day. Guys, get back with that person. Let them know you're ready. For those of you who don't see it just yet, but you still see that what we have to offer, you need, get with our people and have some conversations about, which one of our systems fits you, whether it be the security, the water, or, the solar. Okay. And so, again, with that, guys, appreciate each and every last one of you investing a moment here with me today. I don't take that for granted because you could have been anywhere but here with me. But get back with that person that invited you. Let them know you appreciate it. And we'll catch you guys on the next one. Have a great one.